people, how you doing? Hope you're having a damn good day. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode of Tactics, we'll be looking to break down Eddie Howe's set of tactics that he does look to employ at Newcastle on a day-to-day basis. We'll look to try and replicate them in the game FC24. So if you can, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. I do plenty of videos like this and more. So let's hop on straight into it. We've got Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side. We've got Isaac down the middle. We've got Mickey Almiron, who scored against PSG the other night. Fantastic. Tonali, Guimaraes, Jolinton, Dan Burn, Botman, Shaw, and Trippier. And then between the sticks, we've got Nick Pope. On the bench, we've got Barnes, Wilson, Willock, Longstaff, Dubravka, Livramento, and Lascelles. In the reserves, though, we have got Murphy, Targ, Hall, Kraft, and a few other players I don't care to mention. So for the formation going forward, it's a 4-3-3 flat. And what that does is it allows to have three central midfielders, all very competent of being box-to-box players themselves. So basically, it's one goalkeeper, two centre-backs, two full-backs, three central midfielders, one striker, and two wingers. So for the tactical vision, I've decided to implement the gegenpressing system. I think Newcastle, they have relentless pressure, relentless work rates. They are very, very good at just inflicting pain and pressure on the opposition. And I think gegenpressing does look to try and implement a better style of what Newcastle are looking to do on a day-to-day basis. As for the defensive style, though, I've gone with press after loss of possession, of course. When out of possession of the ball, Newcastle looks to press the backline of the opposition or the goalkeeper and just make things very, very uncomfortable with the constant stress that they look to try and apply on the backline. As for the team width, though, I set it to 10. It's a very compact system. Newcastle are very structurally sound and solid at times, and the oppositions often struggle to try and break them down. So that's why I've gone with a 10. As for the team width, it's very compact, but it's also very effective. As for the depth, though, I've set it to 65. It is a mid-block. It does look to try and help protect the likes of Botman and Shaw, who do struggle for pace at times. But it is a very effective structure to have in your team. It does help you with the potential balls over the top of the quick counter-attacking game, because you do have a bit more defensive presence at the back. As for the build-up play and the chance creation, it is set to fast-paced build-up as well as direct passing. We have said that Newcastle looks to try and transition the ball very quick. They are very quick with what they do when in possession of the ball. Quick passing movements, 1-2 passes in and around the box. Quick fire, bang, goal. That's very much what they look to try and inflict on their opponents at times. Quick transitions, back to front, and very direct as well. Looking to get the ball either into the feet of the likes of Wilson or Isak as the striker, or potentially work the ball out wide to the wingers or the fullbacks to try and supply the forward line with crosses and balls into the box. As for the width, though, it is set to 80. It's a very widespread team. This helps generate space between the lines for your front line to work with, or potentially your midfield to operate in. And what this does is it allows space and time for that midfield to work and generate passes into the forwards. As for players in the box, though, it is set to 6. That allows three attacking players in the box. And sometimes, if your wingers do not get into the box, the likes of Jolinton will look to take up that extra space that's been vacated. As for corners and free kicks, as always, it is set to 4. So for the instructions for the players, we'll start with the goalkeeper himself. He's set to come across into having a balanced approach for saving outside of the box. Nick Pope is not very well known for his ability to start playing with his feet or potentially spray passes out wide, so that's why I've gone with a bit more of a balanced approach. Of course, you also are playing a mid-block, so you don't really need him to run off of his line too much. As for saving on crosses, you want him to be able to claim those aerial balls. He is very good at doing so. He is 6'7" after all. Can alleviate the stress and the pressure on the back line. Speaking of which, though, we've got Fabian, Shaw, and Botman. Botman is set to his base set of instructions, whereas Shaw is set to join the attack. So we have seen in the past, Shaw does like to interchange passes with the midfield and advance forward and potentially pop shots off from just outside of the attacking area. He is very good at doing so. We saw against PSG, even against PSG, he was not afraid to get forward. And moving out wide, though, to Trippier, the captain, of course, he's set to join the attack and having a mixed run type, sometimes making those inverted runs. Also, to just try and supply the forward line with crosses, he's very good at doing so, as well as stick to position. As for the likes of Dan Burn, though, he's set to stay back while attacking in inverts. I know he does get forward a bit more, and you can manually do that with him, with the ball at his feet, having him drive it forward down the left flank. But more times than not, I think it's best to have him stay back while attacking in inverts a bit more, looking to be almost a third centre-back at times. He's also going to look to try and step up and inflict his aggressiveness and as well as his physicality on the opposition at times, but he can be exposed for pace, which is why I've set him to stay back while attacking. So for the midfield going forward, it's a very unique and fluid system where all of them are set to almost be box-to-box play. So sometimes one might stay forward and two will look to just be super defensively compact at the back. look to just show things up a bit more. Or potentially, if you're looking to absolutely dominate and attack your opposition, 2 will look to attack whilst the 1 will look to stay back. So we'll start off with Jonathan. All of them are set to having a balanced attack for their attacking support. So like I say, the box-to-box role. Getting into the box though for Jonathan is essential. He will look to attack the crosses or potentially work his way into the attacking third. Aggressive interceptions are set to be on for him, as well as cover the wing and stick to position. As for Bruno Guimaraes, she's set to function on the edge of the area. Normal interceptions though are set to be on for him, cover the wing and then free roam. You want him popping up in those little pockets of space that are created in and around him. It does help facilitate for the offense going forward. As for the likes of Tonali though, he's set to also function in and around the box, trying to facilitate the pace of play. Normal interceptions though are set to be on for him, cover the wing and then drift wide. We have seen Eddie Howe likes to force Tonali into those wider regions of the field to try and play make in those wider areas, and I think it does work out quite well, although we haven't seen the best of him just yet. As for the likes of Miggy Almiron, he's set to come back on defense, cut inside, get in behind. Aggressive interceptions, of course, you are looking to try and press the backline from the front going back, trying to either press the backline or the goalkeeper at times, and of course get into the box. As for the likes of Anthony Gordon, also looking to come back on defense, helping the likes of the fullback out, in this case it's Dan Burn, having a balance with sometimes looking to create a 1v1 situation on the touchline, or the flank I should say, and then getting him behind is essential. He will also have aggressive interceptions and look to also get into the box. And then finally we've got our striker up front, Isaac. Both Isaac and Wilson will have the same set of instructions, so both of them will look to have that balanced arcing run in and out of the box, or potentially just taking up the central role. Getting him behind though is essential. Aggressive interceptions is also set to be on for him, and then having a basic defensive support. Also, sometimes looking to drop out of the front line, at times looking to pull the opposition out of place, or potentially looking to stay forward and facilitate with going forward. So yes, my dudes, that is my version of Eddie Howe's 4-3-3 flat formation. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, please, we will be doing plenty more videos like this going forward, so subscribe. Thank you. I'm out.